Hi, I'm Miss Heidi, and I'm one of the speech pathologists in the preschool program with the La Habra City School District. And today I wanted to show you some examples of the kind of play that we are teaching your children to do when we are working on the goal for imitation of actions with objects. And if you watch some of the other videos on this slide, it helps to explain why we're doing that. Children learn to imitate our words by first learning to imitate what we're doing with our bodies, and then eventually what we're doing with our mouths. And so we need to build to that skill, and the way to do that is actions with objects. So we're going to start with that, and I just want to show you some of the objects that we've been using in our classroom program at Las Lomas. Because the toys are not complicated, the actions are not complicated, these are absolutely things you can do at home with your child. And I just want you to see what it looks like when we're doing it in class. So one of our first objects that we teach a lot of the kids to play with is the toothbrush. And everything needs brushing. So we brush the dog's teeth. And when I'm doing this, I'm gonna say, things like, oh, do this, we're gonna brush dog's teeth, brushing teeth. And I'm just using a few words that I want them to start to understand. They're not going to understand it at first, but eventually they will. So we're going to practice saying them. So I would brush the dog's teeth, and then I would say, okay, your turn, brush teeth. And I would hand it to the child and have them do it. Now, if they're not successful with doing that, and I will say a lot of our kids at first will drop the toys and focus on a portion of the object, then I need to help them with that. So that means I'm going to take my hand and put them over their hand, and I'm going to help them get it right. And then when they do it, I'm going to say, good job, nice work, you brushed teeth, good working. So that's how we do it. So that's the dog. Lots of our animals need to eat. So our cow says, "Mrrr," and he goes, and he eats from his trough. Our babies need to eat, so we have baby dolls and bottles, and we feed the baby, and and the baby eats. Another way that the baby eats is we can feed our baby with a bowl and a spoon. One of the actions we imitate here is stirring. So stir food, and then I hand them the object and help them stir food, and then we can feed the baby his food with the spoon. And we want to be imitating these kinds of actions too, like your turn, feed the baby. And we're going to imitate feeding the baby with the spoon. Some of our objects make noises, which is also very fun for our kiddos. Rattles are a good way to work on that, but just shaking a rattle can get kind of boring. So after we get pretty good at this one, then we start imitating banging our rattle on different parts of our body, as silly as can be. And that's going to help keep your child engaged in that kind of activity a little bit longer, is if you can make it fun and silly. Lots of our kiddos are very into cars, things with wheels, but what they tend to want to do with them is turn them over and focus on the wheels themselves. So we're going to model using this toy correctly, which would be to roll it on the ground. With our toys that make noise, like police cars, we do things like whew, 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 whew. And our tractors make noises, our dump trucks make noises, and modeling that kind of sound imitation is going to, eventually you'll see that the kids start doing the noises you're making too, not just the movements you're doing with the objects. So another thing we do is a lot of our animals need brushing, and we have brushes for our pets. So we brush our animals, and when they like that being brushed, we have them make their sound. So this kitty cat would say, meow, 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 while she's being brushed. And then I would hand it over and say, brush cat, and then have the child brush the cat as well. Some of our other toys fly, like our airplane, and that's like a meow. Do this. Fly airplane, and then I hand it to my child and have them imitate that action. And there's the ever popular phones. So with this one, we have them imitate touching the screen. We have them imitate talking on the phone. Hello, Jeremiah? Oh, he's here, hang on, and we hand him the phone. again, these actions with objects aren't complicated, and really the most important thing that we're trying to get is those little moments of eye contact and those moments where we're absolutely sure they're watching our bodies, they're watching our hands, they're watching what we're doing with the objects, and you're modeling functional play. And as they get better at this, you're gonna see that they start to imitate the sounds that you're making while you're playing, and then that eventually leads to imitating words. So that's all I have for today, and we'll see you soon.